Driving a car at a track day is unlike any other day you'd spend behind the wheel, isn't it? Unlike out on the road, here on the track, you can really explore the limits of any car. And the best part about it is, you don't even need a 500 horsepower supercar to do that. Right now at the wheel of this 114 horsepower turbocharged Tata, I am having the time of my life. You can really ring it out and just go attack some curbs. But it's not just about how fun a car is to drive, it's also about how fast it can be around a racetrack. And well, for over a decade, we've been coming here to the Madras Motor Race Track to set a long list of lap times. And today, this Tata Tiago JTP joins those ranks, along with a few others. Welcome everybody to the Autocar India Track Day 2019 in association with Michelin and Savsol. Now, of course, while me and the Autocar India team might get a chance to have a little fun around the track today, when it comes to the serious job of setting the lap times, for over 10 years, there has been only one man for the job, Narain Karthikeyan. Narain, hi, welcome to another track day. And well, it's not the largest lineup we've had, but it is certainly an eclectic one.
Yeah, it's an interesting lineup, but a small lineup of cars. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to driving the next generation of the 911, the 992. It is they've called it an evolution, even though the car is completely different. Of course, a practical EV for the first time here, the Kona. Let us put it, through its dynamics and see how it performs.
It is apparently the future, so that's how we're going to go from here on.
Yes, yes, it is the future. So, as I told you earlier, it's one of the cars which is available in the market and which is very practical for an EV. With the drivability and comfort, that's what they say, so let's find out.
Well, yeah, we've got a few cars this year, but we're going to cross the 120 car mark with this track day. Can't wait to see the times.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. As always, this day of the year seems to be very special, and let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Before we can get going though, we have to make sure everything is in optimal working condition. Fuel is topped up, tires checked and pressures bumped up by 4 psi, and our satellite guided V-Box timing gear along with some onboard cameras are fixed to the cars. And then it's time to set some lap times. Representing the mainstream family cars this year is a homegrown hero. The Tata Tiago isn't the first car you think of when you think of speed, but this uprated JTP packing 114 horsepower is another kettle of fish altogether. Its 2 minutes 15.41 seconds lap time is seriously impressive for a car of its price.
It's within a second of the Polo RX, which is much more expensive, and it's a really nice attempt by Tata Motors to get this car going, the JTP division especially. So yeah, congratulations to them, and I hope they come out with more and more JTP products in the future.
Next up, the biggest surprise and almost certainly the quietest lap ever, the Hyundai Kona Electric. It's heavy, it's tall, and the tires are quite skinny, but then it has 395 Nm of torque, all produced instantly. It posted a rather quick 2 minutes 14.12 seconds, which is the new record for production EVs. And fun fact, 2 hard laps of the 3.7 km long Madras Motor Racing Track ate up about 40 km of the car's range.
To be honest, it's the quietest thing I've ever driven on a racetrack for sure, but it has instant torque, and I was quite surprised. It kind of handles quite well, and the stability control kicks in a little bit when you push the car, and it makes the car handle slightly in a strange manner. But having said that, it's come a long way, and it's not, it's going to be the future. and I'm surprised that they've refined it this much, already.
The new 330iM Sport feels right at home on the track. What came as a shock though was that it posted a slower lap time than the 328i from 2012 at 2 minutes 6.4 seconds. It seems to struggle at low revs on the track, with the ESP regularly cutting in, and BMW seems to have softened it a bit too much for Indian roads.
It has a real sporty feel to it when you get into the cockpit. But then driving wise, I think, again, it's like any other modern car. It's quite heavy, and still I would say it has some of the, the drivers, some of the characteristics carried over from the 3 Series. From an engine point of view, from a drivability point of view, it seems okay. Yeah, it's would you call it a driver's car? Debatable, but nevertheless, it's as I told you, put together really nicely.
The last time we drove the F-Type on the track, it had a 550 horsepower supercharged V8 under the hood. This P300 version has only half as many cylinders, but it's still packing a pretty solid 300 horsepower. But how good is it around the track? Its time of 2 minutes 4.06 seconds was certainly more modest. But here's what Narain had to say.
It looks the part for sure, but then when you fire it up, then it sounds a bit, not Jaguar-like. The engine is quite responsive and so on, but the chassis is so very soft. And you have to compare it with the 718 Cayman, and that's way faster than this car.
We've tested this generation of C43 before, but with the facelift in 2019, it shifted from a sedan to a coupe body style and got a power bump to 390 horsepower. What you still get is all-wheel drive and a rather nice-sounding V6 engine. The coupe posted a 2 minutes 2.80 second lap time.
Again, it's very nice to cruise around, and the interiors of the car is fantastic. The seat bolstering, the quality of the interiors, and very Merc-like. But on the track, it's just a little bit too heavy, and struggles a bit with the 4-wheel drive system itself. Apart from that, everything else ticks all the other all the other boxes.
Next up, take one hatchback, throw out the rear seat, and in its place plonk a 1.8 litre race spec turbo petrol engine, and you get the Polo RX. It puts out approximately 240 horsepower, and it's an altogether different animal from the regular front-engine Polo Cup cars we've driven in the past. Its 2 minutes 0.59 seconds lap time, however, is a bit slower than the latest Ameo Cup car we tested recently.
Well, it's a lot of fun for sure because it's rear-wheel drive and it slides a lot, but because of the short wheelbase, it's kind of there's a lot of the rear. I think the springing needs to be a little bit stiffer and so on, but still, nevertheless, a lot of fun, and they should make a rear-wheel drive series.
If you think the new gen 992 Porsche 911 is no more than a minor facelift, think again. It might feel a little bigger from behind the wheel, but with 450 horsepower from its 3-litre Turbo 6, push it harder and it's noticeably quicker around the track, posting a seriously impressive 1 minute 52.4 seconds.
Speed-wise, I don't have any complaints. It's so fast, and everything works perfectly well as as it would in a Porsche car. But it's just that I feel it's grown a little bit, and it's become slightly more refined, slightly more luxurious. And maybe that's what a customer wants. Not many people are racing drivers, and but the essence of the 911. I suppose in many ways it still remains, but from an outright performance, the way it feels, I think it's slightly edging towards more luxury.
And now it's time for something really special. Last year, the Mercedes AMG GTR came in and broke Narain's previous production car record, which was set by a 911 GT3 with an incredible lap time of 1 minute 48.36 seconds. And now it's time for Porsche to try and take it back with the more powerful, more track-focused GT3 RS. And guess what? It went and did it. At 1 minute 47.01 seconds, say hello to the new track king.
It's awesome. This car is meant for the track, and like all GT3s, it's phenomenal on the track, and we can feel all the bumps and everything through the steering. So the seat, you feel a lot of the car. So it's very track focused, obviously, and it's awesome to drive. It just puts a big smile on my face every time I drive this car. Yeah, this is the 911 GT3 Gen 2 991. So it has a 4-liter engine. Previously, we drove the Gen 1 car, the GT3 RS with the 3.8. So performance-wise, seems to be significantly faster, around 2.5 seconds a lap. So that's awesome.
And with that, another lap record is smashed as another Autocar India Track Day comes to an end. What will next year's Track Day look like? More electric cars? More records broken? We'll just have to wait and see. Be sure to also check out our Bike Track Day video to see how this year's best riding motorcycles fared with Rajni Krishnan in the saddle. And as ever, be sure to like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon to never miss an upload from Autocar India. Thanks for watching.